Good morning. I'm Michelle. So this is a 45-minute class, but we won't meditate for the full 45 minutes. I usually try to leave at least 20 minutes of a good solid guided meditation. I guide very loosely to make sure that you have plenty of space to sink into your own meditation without too much interruption from me. So I just like to talk a little bit in the beginning about some aspect of meditation, how it relates to our life, that sort of thing. So, during the talk, you're just welcome to relax however you would like to, and then we'll move into a 20 or 25-minute guided meditation. I always end my classes or the meditation itself by inviting everybody to put their hand on their chest over their heart and offer them self-gratitude. And we'll do that today as well. And it's important to do that to give ourselves that positive sort of feedback, that I could have been doing a lot of other things today, but I chose to do this. It cultivates a gratitude within us that we can carry into our daily lives. But it's not just about the gratitude. It's important to acknowledge when we have taken care of ourselves, to acknowledge when maybe we're shifting our habits out of automatic, providing for others, following the script that we're supposed to be following, when we're shifting out of that and into something different, something more intentional in our lives, something that is more centered around a true cultivation of who we are at our core. And so this act of acknowledging that, I really didn't want to come today, but there was a wisdom in me that said I needed it. There was a small voice inside of me that reminded me that I had made this commitment to myself. And I did it, and I followed through. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'm grateful to myself for doing that. Because we often don't do it, like we get in a habit of, oh, we wake up, we've had a rough week, it's 9 o'clock, I don't want to get out of bed on a Saturday, I'm just going to lay here. And then the next thing we know, we reach for our phone and we're scrolling through social media and 3 hours have gone by. And then we're like, I didn't do those things I wanted to do for myself today. And then we start getting down on ourselves, right? So when we recognize, oh, I just want to lay here in bed and scroll and be mindless, I want to do that. Well, it's not really that I want to do it, right? It's that I just want to disconnect. I'm overwhelmed. And this is the way I have been doing that in the past. But I don't like it. So I'm going to choose a different way. I'm going to notice that I feel like just following the normal habit, but I'm going to make a different decision. And so I'm going to go and do good on this commitment that I've made to myself. That acknowledgement is really healing. It can be really subtle, but also something that we carry with us very lightly throughout the weeks and the days after we do it. Then the more we do that, the more we say, I'm not going to follow that habit that I know I really am trying to break. And I'm going to choose this other thing, which is choosing myself. The more we do it, the more we crave it. We're offering ourselves when we come into this space, and not just here at Breathe, but also when we clear space in our own day, maybe a spot, a meditation spot in our house, or we go and sit out in nature and just meditate outside. We're creating sort of an eye of the storm, right? I had to make some hurricane references with all of the hurricanes that have been going on. I was like, it's a perfect analogy though for what we do. Like we're caught up in this hurricane of our lives. It's all the craziness and all the other things it spins out and how it just destroys things and upends things and ruins plans, and we get lost in it. But we can create this sort of calm in the middle of the craziness of our lives, where the sky is blue and it's calm and the sun is shining and we're in touch with the stillness that is within us, even while everything is swirling around us, things being thrown. Every now and then, maybe a car will go run through the eye of our storm. We have to dodge it. But creating the stillness, creating the space in our days, in our lives, where we can start to open up a calmness that allows us to make choices. This is the power of meditation. It's powerful that it can help us relax, calm our anxiety. Those are important. But the real power of it is how it can create an atmosphere in which we can make real choices in how we want our lives to be. Where we can start to really understand maybe why we've been dissatisfied with something in our lives. Why maybe the accomplishments that we have made have not been as satisfying as we expected. Maybe why we keep having the same problems, conflicts in that one relationship, or we keep finding the same types of relationships that are not serving us. So it's a commitment, it's a practice, but it's also a path and a way of living, a way of life that opens us up, allows us to have a softened heart rather than always hardening our hearts. So we can begin to be open to ourselves. And that will inevitably change our lives, change the relationships we have, change the way we interact with people, change the choices we make. I love that I've been hearing all this stuff about people are wanting to not drink anymore. They're like, not necessarily, they're not alcoholics, but they're like, you know what, this going out and getting drunk is just not for me. I want to try a sober life. And then they talk about they start to lose friendships through it because what really held the friendship together was that situation of, really going out and drinking and escaping and trying to feel better through this escapism. And it causes a whole shift in the landscape of their lives. And meditation can be like this too, actually. Sometimes we don't realize it when we start to meditate, and then the changes start coming. And most of the time they're good. But, some pruning often takes place as well. But what a gift to realize, to be able to remember that we have the power and the ability to create that space in our own lives. We don't actually have to change anything. We don't need a new job. We don't need more money. We don't need a different relationship. I mean, we may need these things, but those things, if we change them, are not the things we really need. We need the foundation from which to grow all of the things that are really beneficial to us, really helpful to us. We find that in the silence of meditation. We can find it in therapy. We can find it in being on a hike out in nature, being disconnected from technology. But we make that conscious decision every single day in meditation to come back to ourselves, to reconnect. The commitment to open the space to the possibility of what we might find in our relationship to ourselves. So as we move into this meditation, I just invite you to allow yourself to really sink in to the stillness of this meditation, the stillness of the room, the air in here, and be very open to whatever experience may come up for you. Being aware of when an experience makes itself known and letting it be there without engaging it, without getting caught up in the story of what maybe it's all about, but just watching it, just becoming the watcher of your experience. Notice what the experience does to the body. Notice how it feels in the muscles, what emotions it might bring up. Just noticing all of these things, but being very aware that you're present in your body in this moment, in this room, and not in any situation that may come up. So let's go ahead and move into our sitting. And for this, I invite you to have your eyes open or closed. If you prefer open, you're welcome to just have a soft gaze on the floor, a couple of feet in front of you. Coming into a posture that is supportive for you today in this moment. Relaxed but alert and at ease. I invite you in this moment to begin with 3 deep inhales and exhales at your own pace. Fully allowing your belly and your ribs to expand upon the inhale and fully contract on the exhale. Perhaps experimenting a little bit with holding the breath at the top of the inhale before you let it out for a couple of seconds. And then fully exhaling. Allowing the breath then to come into its natural rhythm without controlling it in any way. Just noticing how it feels. How the body responds to the inhale and to the exhale naturally. Noticing how the ribs expand and contract. How the chest moves in and out. How the shoulders gently rise and fall. Perhaps you're able to notice the temperature of the air as it enters your nose and moves through your throat. Becoming aware of how shallow or deep the breath moves naturally. Noticing what it feels like to be fully aware of the breath inside the body in this moment. Noticing if you might be tensing any muscles in the body. And if so, just letting them loosen. Just sitting, just breathing. Creating a clearing that is you, that is also around you. Stillness and quiet. Sometimes it is difficult to stay with the awareness in the breath. And if you find that to be your experience, that's okay. You can also rest your awareness in a physical sensation within the body. Something prominent that's making itself known to you. It could be the feeling of your feet on the floor, the feeling of the cushion beneath your seat, your hands in your lap, on your legs, even the temperature of the room on your skin. The sensations you choose are yours. Just allow the awareness to come into one of them, noticing all of the qualities of the sensations in this place in the body. Allowing the energy to settle. The awareness of your presence fully anchored in the body. This place of refuge there. You may notice from time to time something takes you away from the anchor in the body, whether that anchor is a physical sensation or the breath. Often thoughts will take us away, sometimes sounds or emotions. When you notice that happens, just acknowledge that it's happened. Give it a label, something neutral like thinking, emotion, sound, whatever it may be. Acknowledging that it's there. And then gently guiding the awareness back into the sensation of the breath without judgment. Gently resettling in the presence through the vehicle of your body. acting with the attitude of loose openness to whatever experience may present itself. Just watching, remaining anchored in the body, in the present. Noticing when you've left, gently guiding the awareness back. Noticing if any tension is holding in the body, and if so, just gently release it. Notice if any subtle resistance is present. So just loosen and let it be. Noticing when you've left and gently guiding the awareness back into the body. As we come into the final moments of this meditation, I invite you, if it feels right for you, to place your hand on your chest over your heart, feeling the presence of your body in this moment, knowing there's anywhere else you could have been today, anything else you could have been doing, but you chose to show up for yourself. Create a stillness from which you can listen. And for this, offer yourself gratitude. I'll close out the meditation with this poem by Rosemary, Wahtola, Trommer, called Beneath All Sound. Emptying my eyes, opening my hands, not answering the phone, not answering the door, not even stroking the cat when she nudges her nose against my neck, not trying to answer any question of why. Rising of chest, falling of chest, listening to the tide of breath, listening, attending to silence, noticing how silence attends to me. When you're ready, you're welcome to open your eyes and come back into the room.